What's up, guys? It's your boy the Phoenix, and welcome back to a video. Now, this is gonna be a little bit of a different video because I have a theory of the new game that just came out, Hello Neighbor 2, basically just Hello Guest. And I have a theory about who the character that wears a hat and a long coat actually is. I don't know who he is, but nobody in the community does, actually. Only, the wiki calls him the man in the hat, so I'll call him that through the video, but I'm gonna have a theory about who this guy is. With some of the Hello Neighbor books, particularly the one Bad Blood, and this one is kind of associated with the Hello Guest game for an odd reason. I don't know why, but it is. So, Aaron, the neighbor's son, aka Mr. Peterson, apparently they're moving back to Mr. Peterson's mom and dad's house, and I'm just gonna skip over a lot of stuff. Aaron gets friends at school, Enzo and Trinity, and they hear about this legend that there are people called forest protectors in the woods that they have. And the forest protectors are basically half man, half bird. And if you've played Hello Guest, you know exactly what half man, half bird means. That is the person that you are, well, not the person, but the character that you're playing against. The main antagonist is half bird, half man. That is really weird straight off the bat. So already you know that it's going to be kind of like a follow-up to Hello Guest. So then Aaron, Enzo, and Trinity decide to get the idea that they're going to go into the woods and see if these forest protectors are real things. They go into the woods and they hear a groan and immediately start running. And Aaron runs to this building called the weather station. Again, ringing any bells? The weather station, aka Mayak. The weather station that you find at the end of the prototype build of Hello Guest. So, that is really strange right off the bat. So you know that this is the prequel of Hello Guest. And the amusement park hasn't been built yet, but it's getting built. And that's kind of where things start. That's kind of the setup of Hello Guest. Okay, so here's where you find out who Enzo's dad is. Enzo's dad is a long, skinny man in a coat. Don't quote me on this. This is just from the book. I'm not actually reading a quote. And he wears a hat. And that's the man in the hat. He wears a long coat, and he has a hat, obviously. So that's kind of weird straight off the bat. But then, here's where things get interesting. So if you go to the Hello Neighbor wiki, you'll find that the man in the hat is a very mysterious character, and no one really knows about him. But you can see his character, and his character is basically what we just described, except he has a newspaper in one of his pockets. A newspaper. And guess what? Guess what job Enzo's dad, Mr. Esposito, guess what company he works for? works for the newspaper company. That's weird, isn't it? So that's my theory on who the Man in the Hat is. It's Enzo's dad, and his name is Mr. Esposito. Mr. Esposito is probably, most likely, who the Man in the Hat is. That's just a theory of mine. But, I mean, the facts are there. He wears a hat, he has a long coat, he works for the newspaper company, and the Man in the Hat wears a hat, long coat, and he has a newspaper in his pocket. And further evidence backing this theory up, why would the Man in the Hat be at the Golden Apple amusement park? And why would he know how to deal with one of these forest protectors? Quite clearly, no one's ever really seen one. It's a myth in the book. But he knows. He knows how to deal with one. In the extended version of the ending for Hello Guest, right before it blacks out, the Man in the Hat forces us into the car. And I think that he's forcing us. He's not a policeman. Doesn't seem like a burglar. He might be. I don't know. But I think he's going to interrogate us. And my reason thinking that is, again, he's a newspaper article. And in the book, he has a very, very big eye on what goes on in the Golden Apple amusement park. So I think that's why he's in Golden Apple amusement park, not to destroy damage property or something, to investigate. He's there to investigate. So that's my reasoning behind that. But then, right as he's about to get us into the car, the guest appears, the forest protector, and he climbs under the Man in the Hat, Mr. Esposito's car. I think I'm saying his name right. I probably am not. I think it's probably, I'm saying a completely different name. I just know it. I'll have to, put words above the screen just to, let you know. No, this isn't the name. Anyway. Right about as he's about to put us in his car, the guest appears. And he pulls out a tiny pistol. He doesn't know who this creature is. He's one of the only people who actually knows how to deal with it. He's not, scared. He's not scared when he sees the guest or anything. He just pulls out his gun. He knows how to deal with the guest. And there's only a few people in the Hello Neighbor universe that ever know anything about the forest protectors and the guests. Quentin, Beatrix, probably Theodore Peterson, and the people who worked on the Golden Apple amusement park, as his face is everywhere. And yes, that's the only people who actually know how to do that. How to deal with the forest protector. Now, Mr. Esposito, as I mentioned, Enzo, his son, actually went into the forest, and he found out the forest protectors. And I'm not sure about this, because I haven't read the entire book. I'm pretty sure he told Mr. Esposito about the forest protectors, and I think that's why he's in the Golden Apple amusement park. He's there to investigate. That's my theory. He's there to investigate. And in the upcoming book, I think the upcoming book is what was it? Grave Mistake or something? The upcoming book is actually, if you look at the cover, behind one of the rocks, you can see a person with a coat and a hat on. Now, this isn't the same hat. It isn't the same hat that the Man in the Hat in the game wears. But I think it's safe to say that Mr. Esposito, or whoever these people are, that person is probably going to be a better and bigger character in this upcoming game, investigating Golden Apple Amusement Park. Anyway, guys, that's my theory for today. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. See ya.